If you're over 60 and you've been dealing with numbness in your legs, tingling in your feet, cold toes that just won't warm up, or even swelling that makes your shoes feel tight, you're definitely not alone. Millions of seniors experience poor leg circulation, yet very few people truly understand what's causing it or what to do about it. And here's something most people don't expect to hear. If you've been taking a regular multivitamin hoping it will help your circulation, it may be doing absolutely nothing. Not because vitamins don't work, they absolutely do, but because the average multivitamin simply doesn't contain the correct forms or the correct dosages of the nutrients that actually influence blood flow. In fact, the 3 vitamins I'm about to share with you today are powerful, therapeutic nutrients that can help support better blood flow, more flexible arteries, stronger blood vessels, and improved leg comfort, but they only work if you take them correctly. The right form matters. The right dose matters. And even the timing matters. When you understand these details, you realize that most multivitamins are almost useless for circulation because they're not designed with vascular health in mind. They're designed to be one size fits all, and when it comes to circulation after age 60, one size absolutely does not fit all. So today, I want to walk you through 3 specific vitamins: niacin, vitamin K2 Malawian quatches, and vitamin C, and explain how each one plays a unique and powerful role in improving circulation, especially in your legs and feet. These 3 vitamins work in completely different ways, yet together they create a kind of circulation triangle that supports better blood flow from multiple angles. This is the kind of information that can change someone's daily comfort, mobility, and independence, especially as the years go by. And by the time we finish, you will not only understand why these vitamins work, but how to use them, what to avoid, which forms are ineffective, and how to incorporate them safely and wisely into your daily routine. Most importantly, you will understand what your multivitamin gets wrong, why seniors are often misled by supplement labels, and how you can make much smarter decisions about the nutrients that support your long-term vascular health. Now, before we get into the vitamins themselves, let's talk for just a moment about what poor circulation really means. As we age, our blood vessels naturally lose some of their flexibility. Arteries can stiffen. Calcium can build up inside the vessel walls. Inflammation levels rise. The tiny capillaries in the legs can narrow, making it harder for blood to reach the toes. Muscles lose mass, and when muscles weaken, they don't help push blood back up the legs the way they used to. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and long periods of sitting can make the problem even worse. And if you're taking certain medications, circulation may slow down even more. The result is a combination of uncomfortable symptoms: cold feet, slow wound healing, numbness, swelling, tingling, burning sensations, and sometimes even nighttime leg pain. Many seniors assume this is just part of aging, something they simply have to accept. But the truth is that circulation can absolutely be improved. Not overnight, and not with a miracle pill, but with targeted nutrients, better daily habits, and consistent support for the blood vessels themselves. And this brings us to a very important question. Why don't regular multivitamins help with any of this? The answer is simple. Most multivitamins are made with the lowest cost forms of nutrients, not the effective ones. They use forms of vitamins that are stable and cheap, not forms that actually influence the cardiovascular system. And even when they do include the right forms, they include them in extremely tiny doses, usually far below what has been shown in research to make a difference. Multivitamins are convenient for general nutrition, but they're not designed to address circulation, artery flexibility, or vascular inflammation. That's why so many seniors take a multivitamin every day yet still struggle with poor leg circulation. They assume they're getting everything their body needs, when in reality, they're getting a sprinkling of nutrients that look impressive on a label but don't do much inside the body. This is especially true for niacin, vitamin K2 Malawian quatches, and vitamin C, the 3 vitamins we're about to discuss. So let's start with the first nutrient, one that has been studied for decades for its effects on blood flow, vessel dilation, and circulation throughout the body. This is niacin, also known as vitamin B3. But before you assume your multivitamin already contains this, let me tell you something that surprises a lot of people. The form of vitamin B3 in your multivitamin is most likely useless for blood flow. Most multivitamins contain niacinamide, also called nicotinamide, a form that does not widen blood vessels and does nothing for circulation. The form that actually improves blood flow is niacin, the real, flushing form that increases vasodilation. Niacin works by widening the blood vessels, allowing more blood to reach the hands, feet, and legs. This widening effect is called vasodilation, and it's one of the most well-documented effects in all of nutritional science. Niacin also improves microcirculation, the tiny capillary networks that bring oxygen and nutrients to tissues. When you take a therapeutic dose of real niacin, blood flow temporarily increases, helping warm the extremities and support vessel health. Now, one thing that scares people about niacin is the niacin flush. This is a warm, tingling, sometimes reddening sensation that many people feel shortly after taking it. But this flush is not harmful. In fact, it's a sign that the niacin is working. The flush means blood vessels are opening, circulation is increasing, and blood flow is improving. Some people find it uncomfortable, others barely notice it. You can reduce it by taking niacin with food, starting at a very low dose, or using a slow-release form, but you should avoid no-flush niacin, because that's usually niacinamide, which does not help circulation at all. The important thing to understand is that niacin works best at doses far above what you'd find in a multivitamin. A multivitamin might contain 5, 10, or 20 milligrams, nowhere near enough to produce a circulation effect. The doses used in research are much higher, which is why niacin needs to be taken thoughtfully and gradually. Seniors who take statins, diabetes medications, or who have liver issues should talk to their doctor before using niacin, not because it's dangerous for everyone, but because it needs to be used responsibly and with awareness of possible interactions. When used correctly, niacin can be a powerful circulation-enhancing nutrient that supports warm legs, better blood flow, and more comfortable walking.
The second vitamin is one that most multivitamins get completely wrong. Vitamin K2, specifically the 7 Malawian Quatches form. If you look at your multivitamin label right now, you will probably see vitamin K, but it's almost certainly K1, not K2. And this is a huge difference. Vitamin K1 affects blood clotting, not circulation. Vitamin K2, especially the 7 Malawian Quatches form, affects arterial flexibility, calcium movement, and long-term vascular health. These two vitamins are not interchangeable in the body. What makes vitamin K2 7 Malawian Quatches so important is its role in directing calcium to the right places. As we get older, calcium tends to build up in the arteries, a process called arterial calcification. When calcium hardens inside the artery walls, the vessels become stiff, blood flow decreases, and circulation declines. This stiffness also increases pressure on the heart and reduces oxygen delivery to the legs. K2 7 Malawian Quatches activates proteins that pull calcium out of the arteries and move it into the bones where it belongs. This helps maintain more flexible, healthier arteries, which is essential for good circulation. Research has shown that people with higher vitamin K2 intake tend to have better arterial elasticity, better blood flow, and lower risk of stiff blood vessels. The 7 Malawian Quatches form stays in the body much longer than the 4 Malawian Quatches form, which is why 7 Malawian Quatches is preferred for vascular support. Multivitamins rarely contain 7 Malawian Quatches because it's more expensive, and even when they include K2, they often include tiny doses that have little effect. A therapeutic dose of K2 7 Malawian Quatches is very different from the small amounts found in multivitamins. Seniors taking blood thinners should always speak with their doctor before adding K2, not because it's dangerous, but because it interacts with medications that affect clotting. When used correctly, K2 7 Malawian Quatches is one of the most powerful nutrients for preserving artery health, improving circulation over time, and supporting strong, flexible vessels. It doesn't create an immediate sensation like niacin, but over weeks and months, it can contribute significantly to better blood flow and long-term vascular comfort. Now let's move to the third nutrient, vitamin C, one of the most well-known vitamins but also one of the most underappreciated when it comes to circulation. Vitamin C plays two major roles that directly affect blood flow. First, it supports the production of collagen, the protein that makes up the structure of your blood vessels. Without enough collagen, vessels become weaker, thinner, and less flexible. With enough vitamin C, the vessels maintain strength and elasticity, helping blood flow smoothly through the legs and preventing vessel fragility. The second major role of vitamin C is reducing inflammation and oxidative stress inside the blood vessel walls. Inflammation is a major contributor to poor circulation, especially in the legs. When the vessel walls become irritated and inflamed, they stiffen and narrow, making it harder for blood to flow. Vitamin C acts as a powerful antioxidant that helps calm this inflammation and support healthier vessel linings. For seniors with varicose veins, swelling, or slow healing in the legs, vitamin C can make a noticeable difference over time. Many seniors are deficient in vitamin C without realizing it because the body's needs increase with age, medication use, and chronic inflammation. The tiny 60 to 90 milligrams found in a multivitamin is nowhere near enough to create a circulation-supporting effect. Therapeutic vitamin C intake is significantly higher, and it works best when taken in divided doses throughout the day. Buffered vitamin C is easier on the stomach, but regular ascorbic acid works well for most people. Now that we've covered the three vitamins, let's talk about something just as important: how to use them correctly. With vitamins, the form matters more than people realize. For niacin, the correct form is real niacin, not niacinamide, not no-flush niacin, not nicotinamide riboside. For vitamin K2, the correct form is 7 Malawian kwaches, not K1 and not 4 Malawian kwaches unless specifically recommended by a doctor. For vitamin C, the simple forms like ascorbic acid or buffered C are effective and well-researched. The dose also matters. The amounts found in a multivitamin are almost never therapeutic. Circulation support comes from higher, research-backed doses, used consistently. And finally, the timing matters. Niacin should often be taken with food to reduce flushing. Vitamin K2 works best with a meal containing fat. Vitamin C works best taken in smaller amounts throughout the day because the body doesn't store large amounts at once. There are also common mistakes seniors often make without realizing it. One of the biggest mistakes is taking niacinamide instead of niacin, thinking they're the same. They're not. Another mistake is taking vitamin K1, thinking it supports the arteries, when only K2 7 Malawian kwaches has that effect. Another mistake is relying on multivitamins and assuming they contain enough nutrients to support circulation. They don't. And finally, some people take vitamin C only when they're sick, rather than using it consistently to strengthen their vessels. When people use these vitamins correctly, many report improvements in warmth in the legs, better walking comfort, reduced tightness, and an overall feeling of improved blood flow. However, it's also important to understand that circulation improvements take time. Niacin may create a noticeable effect quickly, but the structural improvements, stronger vessels, more flexible arteries, less inflammation, develop gradually. Some people feel a difference in a few weeks. For others, it may take 1 to 3 months. Consistency is key. Now, a gentle reminder. Seniors who are on blood thinners, statins, diabetes medications, or who have liver conditions should always check with their doctor before starting new vitamins. This isn't because the vitamins are harmful, it's because medications can interact with nutrients, and it's important to be safe. No vitamin replaces medical care. These nutrients support circulation, but they don't cure diseases, unblock arteries, or reverse severe vascular issues. They are supportive tools, powerful, helpful, and important, but part of a bigger picture. What's encouraging is that even after age 60, circulation can absolutely improve. The body is extraordinarily adaptable when given the right nutrients. Blood vessels can regain flexibility. Collagen can strengthen the vessel walls. Inflammation can calm down. Blood flow can increase. These changes can lead to warmer legs, better mobility, improved walking comfort, and better quality of life. So if you're someone who has been dealing with poor leg circulation, and you've been trying to figure out what to do, these 3 vitamins, niacin, vitamin K2 7 Malawian kwaches, and vitamin C, may be exactly what your body has been missing. They address circulation from 3 different angles: opening the vessels, strengthening them, and protecting them. When used together intelligently and safely, they create a powerful foundation for long-term vascular health. Before I go, let me leave you with an encouraging thought. Aging does not mean decline. It means adaptation. Your body can still grow stronger. Your circulation can improve. Your legs can feel better. You can support your health and independence with simple choices made consistently. Nutrients are tools, and when you choose the right ones, your body responds. If this information helped you, please click the like button so more seniors can discover it. Subscribe for weekly senior health tips designed to help you stay strong, mobile, and independent. And if you'd like a part 2 focusing on circulation foods, herbs, or exercises, just let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to create it for you.